Today, from Columbus, Ohio, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. We'll see Jacob Eason and the Columbus Aviators versus Dak Prescott and the Salt Lake City Elks.
EA Sports coverage of the National Football League is on the air. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Salt Lake City Elks and the Columbus Aviators. With Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, we look at this Columbus Ball Club entering play. They have certainly got it rolling of late. Winners of 6 in a row. And it's the final 3 weeks of the season. Still plenty to play for here as we're underway in Week 15. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And they'll get him down right at the 25-yard line, so the same result, and he opted for the touchback. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. They'll be led out by the man from the University of Washington. This is Jacob Eason.
And you and I both know that any win is a good win, and that's what they did last week. But there's also plenty for him to work on in his game, wasn't there?
Yeah.
2 touchdowns, an interception. Yeah, you know, he wants to increase that a little bit in terms of ratio. But first and foremost, they did win the game.
From the gun is Eason. Eason in trouble, and down he goes.
Eason sack.
Myles Jack with a sack.
Well, we knew coming in it was going to be a long afternoon if they weren't able to hold up against this pass rush, huh?
What we didn't know was that protection was going to spring a leak on the first play from scrimmage.
Got after him right out of the gate.
So after the sack, a scenario you certainly don't work on too often. 2nd and 24. Eason going to throw out of the shotgun. And nearly an interception here on their opening drive.
Incomplete.
But instead, 3rd down.
They'll put a check mark in the box where the defense coordinator was saying, how well can we stay with these receivers if we're in man coverage? Because he just did it on that one, forcing completion. That allowed him to get bolder with his pass rush, won't it?
Absolutely. Frees up your guys elsewhere.
That's certainly playing down and distance very well by the defense, isn't it? Take whatever you want underneath, by all means.
On now is the punter. Back deep is Tyreek Hill. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. A 41-yard punt there with no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. So out comes this offense to take over for the first time. As we get a peek at their dynamic signal caller hailing from Mississippi State, it's Dak Prescott.
That was a solid performance last week, wasn't it? 2 touchdowns, no interceptions, ran the team well, won the ball game. Bottom line, may not have been earth-shattering, but it didn't need to be.
First down, Prescott. And he's got his man on the out route.
Prescott's pass.
And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44.
Out of bounds at the 44-yard line. A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5.
They'll run for the first time with Austin Eckler. And he'll only get a yard, maybe 2, up to the 46.
Number 30, Austin.
The heavy set out there. 3 tight ends in the formation for 3rd and 3.
A 2-yard.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon. Well, it was a 3rd and somewhat manageable now, not so manageable.
Exactly, because you had a play call on that you felt like, hey, this could go quick, and it doesn't take much to get it done. Now, got to start thinking about a little bit of a deeper route type of a call, especially if you want to throw it.
So the defense able to get off the field here on third down.
And it's one of the goals of the game. They've got to be effective on passing downs. It's one of the few things defenses chart. How did we do on third down? That's a nice start for them in this one.
It's a 41-yard punt, but just a net of 31 following the run back. And out will come the offense as they take over. And as this offense makes their way back out, it's AFC playoff race time as we give you a look.
And as we take a look at the playoff picture, certainly still a lot of jostling to go in these final few weeks. For the moment, they would be a wild card team. Far from locked up, but that's why this is exciting. These last few weeks, a lot to play for.
So much to play for. And remember, 7 teams in each conference go to the playoffs instead of 6. And not to mention, remember when the league made that move a few seasons ago to put divisional games at the end of the year? So you get to week 16 and 17, you're playing for playoff spots, and you're playing divisional games. Couldn't be more exciting than that.
The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4. It's Barkley on the counter. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. They'll wind up losing 3. And now it's third down.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game. From the gun, Eason. Open man is the tight end, Nick Boyle. And they'll get it up just short of the 45 at the 44. His first catch, good for 14 there and a first down.
Well, sometimes our pregame meetings do pay off, don't they? What do the guys in the locker room call him?
Well, they said it with a chuckle. They called him Old Reliable.
Yeah, that means he doesn't move quite as fast as he used to, but he still knows all the tricks, doesn't he? Even that little gentle push-off in order to get open, he finds a way to pick up a first down.
A first down carry for Barkley. Oh, he's got some breathing room. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 23 yards on the pickup there and a first. Relatively small sample size, but that's his longest run of the first quarter. Bounced it out to the outside to make it successful.
And to get there, you actually need some help. It's not just your pure speed getting to the corner, making sure that the blocking is taken care of inside so the pursuit doesn't get you. And oftentimes, those wide receivers, tight ends that might be flexed out, they've got to control the edge and make sure no one from the outside can spill the play before he gets there.
On first down, Jacob Eason.
Oh, that was dangerous. Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
It's second down and 10.
Operating from the gun, Eason.
And he'll look for Adams again, and this time he's got him.
That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
Adams. No gain on the play. It's 3rd and 10.
Here's Eason to throw.
They'll set up the screen to Barkley. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. They'll get 10 there, but it leaves them just short for 4th down.
Well, don't tell any defensive coordinator I played for, but that might be considered a win for both teams because defensively they stopped them short and forced the 4th down. But offensively, they picked up enough yards to give their kicker a better shot if that's what they want to do.
So on 4th down, Kevin Stefanski trots out the field goal unit.
This a 40-yard attempt from the left hash. And his kick is good. And with that, they will move out in front by 3.
Aviators 3. Elks nothing.
So chalk that down as an 8-play drive capped with a field goal.
Yeah, as a friend of mine used to say, they were moving and grooving for a while, but they couldn't keep the momentum going enough to get a touchdown out of it.
And ultimately, he stopped right where he would have been if he had simply gone down to a knee at the 25.
At their own 25-yard line.
Back onto the field comes this offense, ready for their second drive. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit to try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you called before, realize it hasn't worked.
Go to something else. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Aaron Donald, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. Defensive end gets in there that time. They were in a 4-3. What's the responsibility, the ends versus the tackles there, Charles?
Well, most of the time when you talk about the ends, they're your pass rushers. They're the guys that you turn loose to try and get to the guy who's going to throw the football. The tackles, usually more of the run-stuffing variety. But the way this game is advanced, you're wanting a little bit of everything out of all of your guys. But let's just go ahead and break it down and make it simple. The guy who's a right defensive end versus a right-handed quarterback, that's the blind side. He's going after the quarterback. He's going to put him on the ground.
6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
And it's third down.
Prescott from the gun. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked off by Bryce Hall. And he will take this all the way down to the 38-yard line.
Prescott's pass.
Oh, and that's a nice job defensively to get a piece of the football. He's going to pop it into the air, and then it's the tip drill. And good concentration by him to react to it and pull in the interception.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. Last week, a strong showing, up over 100, also 2 trips to the end zone.
It's the kind of week that if you said, listen, I'll let you have this type of a game each and every week, you'd sign up for it. You wouldn't try and get too greedy. But let's face it, good runners always want to be a little bit more greedy at the end, try and squeeze out every last yard. He's going to try and duplicate that and exceed it in this game.
And that one good for 16, and the drive will continue.
I don't care who you put on him, he's going to be a handful of one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man, maybe needs some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
They'll run on first down. Barkley, and he'll be taken down near the 20 at the 21.
Saquon Barkley.
Credit him with a 1-yard gain there to make it 2nd and 9.
1-yard line. A gain of a yard. Brings up 2nd and
From the gun, Eason. And he gets this one to Ridley complete. And he'll get him inside the 15 down to the 14-yard line. 6 yards is the pickup, and that'll lead to a third down.
brings up third.
Operating from the gun. Eason. Open notice, Metcalf. He's got it. And he'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage. 14 yards that time for number 14.
I think a lot of people ask the same question all the time. Why do we see so many slants in the red zone? Well, the windows are tighter. Everything's more condensed. It has to be quicker, and you've got to deliver the ball on time. Your biggest worry? Ball gets tipped in the air, because if that happens, then it's fair game for the defense.
From the gun, Eason. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by the linebacker, Miles Jack.
Intercepted. They'll take over.
Charles, not only is that an interception, it's one when you were really knocking on the door for a touchdown inside the red zone.
You're actually thinking points. No matter what, at worst, you're thinking kicking a field goal and getting 3. We might look back on this in the second half and say, you remember when they didn't get points on that drive? This could cost them.
They started on the ground with Eckler. And he will lose yardage on the play. Back at his own 19-yard line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
to start out. Here's 2nd and 11. Out of the gun. Here's Prescott. Open man is Hill. He's got it. And he's finally taken down, and it's a big gain there on what will turn out to be the final play of this first quarter. 3-0 after 1 on EA Sports. So the line of scrimmage moves all the way across the 50 now as they come up 1st and 10. Gets it to Hill. It's a jet sweep. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on 1st down.
Let's just make this one succinct. Nice job there. All 11 guys on defense diagnosing the jet sweep and putting it down.
2nd and 5.
From the shotgun, it's Prescott. And he's going to go down. Back near midfield at the 49. Aaron Donald, a milestone sack for him as it moves him past Hall of Famer Lawrence Taylor, who finished his career with 132.5.
Well, someone's closing in on the league lead in sacks. He came into the game in the top 5. Now you add 2 more to his total.
And on 3rd down, a nickel formation here defensively. Now here's a whistle as flags come in. And we'll check out the call. That's going to set him back 5 yards. So the false start certainly doesn't help matters as they'll try again now. 3rd and long. Here's Prescott.
That's into the hands of Eckler.
And this one's going to go the wrong way. Losing yardage back at the 42.
It's a loss. That's a nice clip and save sequence there defensively because they did everything as they would have wanted to. They forced a 3rd down, blanketed the field with coverage, nowhere to go with the football, forced a dump off to the back, and even then they closed quickly and got him down behind the line of scrimmage. You name it, they did it well in that last sequence.
They bring their punter out there now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. This is taken at about the 14. That'll go as a punt of 42, 7 on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10.
Columbus's offense just about ready to go again.
And the interception thrown in the red zone last time. We'll see if they can rebound.
I just have to think the last thing he said as they went back out there was, don't do that again. What do you think?
What do you think?
Yeah, I think that. I think that not only did he say that, but he also told him, let's put it in the end zone that it's supposed to be in, all right? The end zone we're trying to score. I know we're being a little bit facetious here, but the bottom line is take care of the football, and everything else should flow from there.
Quick lesson, never ask the play-by-play guy a question.
Hey, you're my partner. You're right there with me.
And he'll get this one way up just shy of the 45-yard line. That one a gain of 20 and a 1st down.
Well, that certainly has to feel good. It's not all the time that the play caller should get all the credit. Sometimes I think in the huddle the quarterback just says, hey, who's going to make a play for me? I just need something right here. And the end result there, nice 1st down. Drive keeps moving.
On 1st down, Barkley. 9 yards is the pickup there, and they'll have a 2nd and 1.
He's across midfield with a 48-yard line. A gain of 9 brings up 2nd.
Hand off to Barkley on the option.
And this time he's able to take it down to the 42. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down.
2nd and 1, and people want to run the football. This is what every back in the league is supposed to do, exactly what we just saw there. Pick up the 1st down.
1st and 10, Eason.
And that is caught on the right sideline, but out of bounds, says the line judge. The throw took him a little too far. It's 2nd down.
It leads to 2nd and
back to the air on 2nd down. Eason, that's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield.
He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Well, offensively, that's the mismatch that you want. You want to force a linebacker to try and cover your back out of the backfield, out in some open space. But linebackers nowadays, they run like backs, and they take a lot of pride in covering. What a nice play he made there in the open field.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. A nice pickup there, 10 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
Let's give a little credit there. The offensive play caller sensed that the screen pass was available. Whenever you're getting a lot of heavy pressure towards your quarterback, that's when you're thinking about running the screen and using that pressure against the defense. And it worked very well there for a first down.
This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. 7 yards on the pickup there, and it'll leave him with a 2nd and 3.
Taken down at the 22-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Operating from the gun. Eason, and he will find Ridley. That's complete. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. It's a first down on a gain of 10.
But one of the ways the quarterbacks keep all the receivers alive in a play, never lock in on any one guy. Make sure you keep your eyes moving, scan the field. And here he finds the open guy for a nice pickup.
They'll throw on first down with Eason. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Metcalf, incomplete. It's now 2nd down.
Throwing again. Eason. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
Fired that one in there, able to make connection on a nice in route.
With those faster passes, when they're going that fast, any hesitation as a quarterback that the deflection, if you miss, might be bigger and lead to an interception?
Yeah, and the deflection works both ways. Maybe a defender gets a hand in the way and it pops in the air. And sometimes you're throwing so hard your receiver can't handle it, and he pops it.
And he will take this one in for a touchdown. A 5-yard touchdown. And his guys find a way to stretch that lead. That's one of those long drives where not only do you score, but you really tire out the defense, too.
That's a great point, because now they've been on the field for a long time. Them going to the bench, trying to make adjustments, trying to figure things out, but they'll do so fatigued.
No going for 2. They'll kick the point after. It's up and good, and that'll increase their lead to 10-zip. So that drive, 12 plays in length.
Elks, nothing.
The McGinnis with a kickoff honors following the touchdown. Taken in at the 3. And a decent return out to the 27-yard line.
And 10 at their own 27-yard line.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. He'll try to generate some more steam on offense down on the scoreboard 2nd quarter. Not necessarily his fault, but he's always a guy they want to get extra involved.
Keep finding ways for him to get the football. Keep force-feeding him in that way. Get to the half. Kind of reboot, start over again to try and erase the other things that have them down on the scoreboard.
They'll be looking for a little more juice here in the 2nd quarter before they do hit that halftime locker room. 16 yards right off the bat and a first down. Now, that last pass CD, he just added another notch to the old belt. What a career it's been. He's over 35,000 career passing yards now.
And when you say that number, over 35,000 yards, how many people have done that prior to him?
Right around 30.
Boy, that's a pretty good number. Now you're into a membership that means you've done a heck of a job in this league for a decent amount of time. You're recognized as one of the better players.
Here's a throw caught by Gronkowski.
And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. That'll be a pickup of 10 as they try to recover from this 10-point deficit.
I know exactly what's going to be said about that play from the defensive perspective.
What's that?
That's why I tell all you guys we need more than one tackler to the ball. He broke the first tackle. Luckily enough, there were more people there to get him down.
On second down, Eckler. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the first half. 10-0, our score.
The Salt Lake City first down.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in under pressure, and he will go down. Safe back at the 46. Throwing on second and long. Prescott. That one complete to Hill. And he's able to take it across midfield before going out of bounds.
Tyreek Hill. Out of bounds across midfield at the 48.
Third and long for Prescott. He dumps it to Eckler underneath. And he's going to be taken down at the 39. Clearly short of the first by a few yards.
Let's face it, they thought they had bent, but could absorb that, right? Instead, they broke as a result of their own penalty.
And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's second down.
Brings up second and 10 at the 24-yard line.
Prescott to throw it. On the screen, this is Eckler. He'll head out of bounds inside the 10. Mark him down at the 9. That gain of 15 gets him on the doorstep, first and goal.
They ran that one well, and not only did they pick up a nice chunk of yardage on the screen, they sent a message to the defense. Rush the passer all you want, but you better be careful. We can hit you going back the other direction.
This will be their first trip to the red zone. They've got it first and goal to go. Prescott yet again. This will be caught at about the 5. And he'll be brought down here at the 3-yard line. That's good for a gain of 6. Second and goal. Trying to punch it in with Eckler. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. Now the offense going to use the first of their timeouts, as the clock will stop with 55 seconds to go until halftime. And he's going to be taken down right at the line. Now the defense going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds to go in the first half. They'll run for it with Eckler. And he'll take it into the end zone for a touchdown. Austin Eckler, touchdown number 15 on the year. And his guys are able to make this a close game again. The way this one was going, you just got the sense they needed something before half. They've at least got something on the board now. Still trailing, but a good sign.
That takes me back to our preseason tour of NFL camps. You remember we talked with that one coach who said his emphasis this year was scoring in the last 2 minutes of a half, heading into the locker room. This hits it right there. Take that momentum, take that good feeling, and take it to the locker room, regroup, and start over. They got it here.
They did indeed. A lot of football, full half to be played. And they're back within a field goal. It's 10-7 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Fielded just outside the goal line. And the tackle going to be made right there at the 25-yard line.
At their own 25-yard line.
The offense takes the field, and we turn our attention to Saquon Barkley. And he's well on his way to a 100-yard game. He's already more than halfway there. We're only in the second quarter.
And what I've always loved about running backs is they'll tell you, I had no idea how many yards I had.
Right.
Those guys have an innate sense of where they are in a ball game and how many yards they've accumulated, because you know they're always working towards 100.
He's been working well towards 100 here. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they stop it here with just under 40 ticks to go in this first half. One play has him up past the 40 already, and another 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. And his throw is going to be incomplete. Devontae Adams, the intended receiver. But it's going to be 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and
to throw again. Eason. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now a timeout. 7 seconds left in the first half. They had the catch on 2nd down, but it didn't help at all. And now they're looking at 3rd down here. Out of the shotgun, they run with Barkley. Room here to run. And they'll get him down as he's inside the 40. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. So we've hit halftime. Just a field goal separating these two teams at the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. Lastly, let's check on one final game for you. And you can see they are scoreless as they play the second quarter. Meanwhile, in our game, it's been a defensive struggle. Which offense can break through in the second half? To find out, let's hand it over to our broadcast team of Brandon Gotten and Charles Davis.
Thank you, sir. A field goal separates these two teams as we come back for this second half. This will make it into the end zone, and we will not see a return to start the half as this will be a touchback. Let's see what our player spotlight feature has in store with Dak Prescott. And I guess the question, Charles, is what's the formula for keeping him better protected? Because as we see, the protection, it struggled.
And normally what you get is renewed determination. When the big guy gets hit, that usually sparks people. Hey, we can't let this happen anymore. They take it personally. He's not supposed to be on the ground, but that hasn't been the case so far in this game. So maybe they've got to figure out how do they get rid of the ball faster to help out the offensive line so it doesn't get hit as much.
And we'll see if they can keep him off the ground now going forward. It's a 1st down, his 4th catch of the game after having 3 in the first half. So the offense a little antsy. The flag comes out and a 5-yard penalty.
Offense.
So that'll back him up 5. Prescott. He gets it into the hands of Gronkowski, complete. And he'll be brought down right around the 37.
Complete to Gronkowski. A gain of 6 brings up 2nd and 9 at the 30.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Prescott, a quick slant to Hill. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 16 yards, a 1st down.
Slant route's effective no matter who's running the route and catching the ball. But when you have a receiver of that stature, you have to be a little bit more precise throwing it. You don't have the same catch radius with the bigger targets.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. To the air again, Prescott. Quickly to Gronkowski, that's caught. And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 16 yards, a little deja vu from the previous play where they got 16.
Nice job there of utilizing his big target. He didn't overthink it. understands the catch radius, understands that he knows how to use his body to keep defenders away from the ball, and puts it right out there for the nice pickup.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll throw again. Prescott. And his throw here is incomplete.
The passing windows are just not there. That's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
Line of scrimmage, the 31 as they line up 2nd and 10. And again, it's Prescott. It's complete. He's got Gronk. And he's going to be stopped up right at the line of scrimmage. That helps the completion percentage, but not much else. And now it's 3rd and 10.
An important play right here, 3rd and 10.
And I would expect pressure here.
He's got his man. That's Hardman. And he's going to be out down inside the 20 at the 15. 2 catches in the first half. Now he's got a 3rd here, and it's good for a 1st.
I love the drive they're working on here because they know they can take the lead with a touchdown. And so far on this drive, so good. They've moved the ball down the field with very little resistance defensively. But they better be prepared for some adjustments to come their way now.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
Out of the gun, Eckler running it. And they get to him quickly here as he's stopped right around the 13. Give him a couple on the carry there. 2nd and 8.
13-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
Looking to throw. Prescott. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Aaron Donald. What a season he continues to have. His 15th sack of the campaign. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
On 3rd down, it's Prescott. And he gets into the end zone for the touchdown. Mecole Hardman, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And his guys have taken the lead.
And that drive we just saw that culminated in a touchdown, exactly what many offenses are looking for. Sustained ones that can impose their will on the other team.
Seibert on for the PAT. And that makes it 14-10. So that one a pretty time-consuming 10-play drive.
14. Aviators 10.
Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off.
Taken in at the 3. And they will wrangle him down a couple yards shy of the 30.
1st and 10. At their own 28-yard line.
Now we take a glance at the offense as they work their way back out for their first possession of the 2nd half. They trail offense, first time to touch the ball in quarter 3, and we'll see what they can do.
And I can't wait to see what they have planned, because some teams script to start a half. Other teams just go, okay, these are the sequence of plays we want to run. These things worked well for us. And sometimes they throw in that big chunk play right away.
Shocker.
Try and get after them early and try and create a big play to give themselves some momentum.
See what they have up their sleeve. On 2nd down, here's Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. It's a 1st down on a gain of 10.
That's pretty much meat and potatoes right there, wasn't it? Just go right at them and let your big horse charge up the middle. Not too fancy there, was it?
Nothing fancy at all, challenging that defense. And on that go-around, the offense won the challenge. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down.
Eason going to throw it out of the shotgun.
That's into the hands of the tight end, Boyle. Yeah, he will go out right Another big hitter there. This one good for 18.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
So on the other side of the field now, it's 1st and 10 as they've got things rolling on this drive. From the gun is Eason. A quick target here, complete to Metcalf. And inside the 20 before he's brought down. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
They'll run on 1st down. Barkley. And he'll get this one down to about the 17. Just a yard on the pickup there, and it'll bring up a 2nd and 9.
1 yard gain. Brings up 2nd and 9.
Operating from the gun. Eason. And it's caught at the 7-yard line. It's a 10-yard gain there, and it sets him up now 1st and goal.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
From the gun, Eason. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. Metcalf once again the target, but it'll be 2nd and goal.
Leads to 2nd and goal.
Operating from the gun, Eason. This is caught. They'll wind up getting 7 on the completion, but they'll still be faced now with a 3rd and goal situation.
Partner, it's a lot of fun watching the NFL now, isn't it? Because when the big fella runs routes, it used to be when we were kids, he'd run about 3 different routes, and that was it. Now he can run anything and catch the balls we just saw there.
About a half yard from the end zone, 3rd and goal. And they'll try and run the option to pick it up. And he is into the end zone for a touchdown. Jacob Eason taking it in. And his guys are going to retake the lead.
Well, I'd have to say that for him, that was an all-encompassing drive because it was his arm that got his team down to that point, but his legs that finished the deal. Give him credit for making it happen.
Out for the PAT, here's McGinnis. It's good, and they'll take a 17-14 lead. That time, a 9-play drive.
Aviators 17. Elks 14.
McGinnis with a kickoff honors following the touchdown. Fielded a couple yards into the end zone. And he'll get it up past the 20 to about the 22.
They'll take over 1st down and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. They had gotten the lead with the opening drive touchdown in the 3rd quarter. Now they relinquished that lead back. Could be in for an interesting second half.
It certainly appears that way, doesn't it? Almost turning into one of those pendulum games, right? Where it swings back and forth, and who's going to make the play that changes that? And maybe it puts it on one side and keeps it there.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. The drive starting with a 1st down, 11 yards on that pickup. Out of the gun, here's Prescott.
Never make the mistake that the slot receivers, especially the little guys like we're watching here, are just quicker than fast. A lot of them combine quickness and speed, and they catch a lot of footballs, as we just saw there. All defenses worry that whenever anyone catches the ball and has a head of steam come out of the backfield, it can turn into a big play with missed tackles or he runs through people. But they were right there waiting, and they stopped him for a minimal gain.
Give him 3 on the screen. He couldn't break free, and it's 3rd down.
In order for a screen pass to break big, a lot of things have to come together and be well executed. But all it takes is one small thing to go wrong and keep it from being a big gain.
Well, that's one way to convert on 3rd down, picking up 26 yards. You can just kind of sense the momentum turning here. It's 1st and 10. Back now in Columbus. It's been a very hotly contested game to this point. Just a field goal separating these two teams as we get set for the 4th quarter. Some good games going on in the early window. This might be the best of the bunch. Prescott on 1st down. He'll get this to Eckler. And the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves him with 2 to go on 2nd down. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Brings up 2nd and 2 at the 28-yard line.
They'll run here with Eckler. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Austin Eckler, the ball carrier. He was tackled at the 27-yard line.
This offense on 3rd down today, they're at 50%, 4 for 8. They're up against a 3rd and 1 situation. It's Eckler again. And he gets the 1st down here as he's taken down at the 24. A 3rd down gain of 3 yards, and that'll be enough.
That's a tremendous group effort there, because when you talk about offensive lines, the best ones, talk about guys that play in harmony, in sync, and getting things done, and they did that on that play.
Yeah, especially on 3rd and 1. Got to be in sync, and they were. On 1st and 10, Prescott. That's into the hands of Eckler. That catch good for only a couple.
So many times you hear today's NFL described as a space game. Get your best players into space with the football in their hands. That's why sometimes you swing it out to your runner, get him out in the flat, and let him have a chance to make people miss an open field.
Now left side on the swing pass. And he will lose yardage here back at the 23-yard line. Play number 9 on the drive coming up, and they need 9 yards on 3rd down. Prescott from the gun. And he locates Walker, complete. And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
Only way to get the lead here, of course, with a touchdown, and that's what they're gunning for on 1st and goal. From the shotgun, it's Prescott. Flush to his right. And he'll work 3 from 1 tackle, but that's about all as he's taken down. He'll wind up getting right about 4 there on the scramble, and it's 2nd down.
Brings up 2nd and goal.
They'll try to run this one in. And he will take this one in for a touchdown. Austin Eckler, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And his guys have once again taken the lead. He's given him a little jolt, just gave him the lead there, but 2 TDs now in the game.
And that jolt puts them in the lead. What a terrific job by him. He is carrying the ball and simply saying, I want to win.
And now he's hoping his defense has that mentality as they try to hang on to that lead. It's up and good to make it 21-17. That one in the books as a 12-play drive. And it's Austin Eckler who finishes things off with a touchdown run. Following the touchdown, here's Seibert now to kick it off. Now this will make it into the end zone. And this will not be brought out. It's a touchback.
At their own 25-yard.
And here now the offense heading back out there. And it's right about this time of the year that you start to say this is when the cream rises to the top. Week 15, 3 weeks left to go, but still plenty to be determined.
It certainly is, because we all know everyone is aiming for that number 1 seed. But failing that, because only 2 teams in the NFL get a bye, 1 from each conference, that question becomes who's hot? Who's peaking at the right time as you start the playoffs?
But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. Second down. Got to give some credit there defensively. They snuffed out that screen early on first down.
Really read it well, didn't they? Because they didn't bring the pressure that they expected. They covered all the passing lanes. So once you see it break down as the passer, I think in this situation, you're either throwing it at the feet of your back to make sure no one picks it off, or you throw it away, throw it over the sideline. Don't try and freelance and try to make a bigger play. There's really no one else running a pattern that should be open.
Oh, he'll want that one back. Incomplete. He doesn't drop too many in that department. Third down. He's going to find his tight end, Boyle. And this will not get close to the first down marker as he's brought down at the 26. Just a 5-yard pickup, and it leads to 4th down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion and would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And they'll send out their punter now, as he'll punt it away for the second time. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt.
Return. They'll take over.
Tyreek Hill making his way back out towards the huddle. And I know that they've double-teamed him a couple times, but not a ton. Whatever they're doing isn't working. He's up over 100 yards. We'll see how they adjust.
And when they do that, they weaken their defense in other places as well. And how many times have we done games where we've seen a guy have a big game like this? But it's usually not by himself, is it? Right. Usually it opens it up for other people to have big games as well.
That one complete to Hill. Not much there, only a yard. They only got a yard out of that last completion, and that makes this 2nd and 9.
Second and 9 at the 40.
They'll run out of the gun with Eckler, and the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. They wind up losing a couple there, so they go behind the original line of scrimmage, and now 3rd and 11 coming up.
And this is why the head coach gets paid the big bucks. Look at where they are in this situation, partner. Do you throw the ball here in a long-distance situation? Do you run it again and trust your defense and make sure you take care of the ball and punt it away? What kind of options do you have here, and what do you trust more on your team?
Yeah, they may have just pushed him back into that throwing situation. We'll see. Prescott from the gun on 3rd. Gets this one to Hill. And he gets this only to the 44-yard line. Not near enough to keep the drive alive. And he's over 100 yards now after that last catch. Already, of course, leading the NFL in receiving yardage.
So he's done nothing at all to hurt his cause to stay in that spot. But I've been so impressed with how he's gotten it done. Body control, route running. How about the way he competes for the football at the end of the play?
So they bring out their punter as he's on to kick it away. Fair catch called for and made at the 16 or maybe the 17-yard line. Just 34 yards on the punt there, no return. Columbus's offense just about ready to go again. Their defense accomplished step 1 of the mission. They forced the punt. Now they'll look to erase that deficit and take a fourth-quarter lead. So from the 17 now, here's a 1st and 10. From the gun, Eason. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. A good rally to the football keeps him to only a yard, and it's 2nd down.
Yard gain brings up 2nd and 9 at the 18-yard line.
Operating from the gun, Eason. It's thrown incomplete. The intended receiver was DK Metcalf, and that takes us from 2nd to 3rd down.
It's now 3rd down and 9.
From the gun, Eason. And he fires one, but incomplete. Great coverage there all around. Really didn't have many options to throw the football.
Very little chance that that one was going to be completed. Every receiver was locked up.
It'll be a 44-yard boot, just a yard on the return as he's covered up quickly. Salt Lake City's offense back onto the field. Right now clinging to a one-score lead, Charles, and I think operating within that 4-minute offense with a little less than 4 minutes to go applies here, right?
It certainly does, and that means the playbook is still wide open. But you are a little bit more careful about what you're calling. You want plays, they're going to gain yardage, how would you say it, consistently, right? You don't need the big shots downfield, but make sure the clock continues to run. Pile up the first downs. And the goal, end the game with your quarterback kneeling down at the end, and you still have the lead. All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine.
And it's third down.
Fourth quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game. So it's our visitors with the football as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over. And he's got his favorite target yet again. It's complete. And quickly we're going to get another stop here with 1:54 left as they call the timeout defensively.
Colby Wadman in punt formation.
Now on fourth down, on is the punt team sending this one away. So a change of possession here on the punt. And the offense will come back out deep in their own territory. Time to see Jacob Eason and company go back to work. And right now, probably just one thing in his mind. It's getting back to the hot start because he's really faded.
And ordinarily when that happens, the quarterback, as you know, is usually the leader of the squad. Now there's probably a silent camaraderie that comes around him saying, hey, guess what? We got you. Don't worry about it. Let's go, big fella. Because they know more times than not, he tends to pick things up, and they tend to play well.
And he gets this one to Ridley complete. It'll be a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll make it second and a foot or so. This one caught by Ridley. And he'll get up to the 43-yard line. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That catch good for only a couple. So 2nd and 8 here after the pass play for 2 yards on first down.
A gain of 2.
They'll look to throw. He'll find Metcalf. And he's going to get this all the way down inside the 35. 22 yards there, a first down. And he'll get this underneath, dropping it off for Barkley. Now another timeout called for by the offense as they'll stop it with 25 ticks remaining on the clock. Back to throw. And he'll find Ridley. That's complete. Now the offense will burn their third and final timeout as the clock will stop with an even 20 seconds left to go. Back to throw. He dumps it off to Barkley. And he'll be taken down by the face mask, it appeared. And yes, out come the flags.
Face mask. Defense.
Well, when you're leading in the fourth quarter, that's not the penalty you want.
Not at all, and now your discipline comes into question. Having poise this stage of the game, you can't have those kind of plays.
So the face mask moves him closer, and now first and goal. He's back to throw. The pressure gets there, and he goes down just inside the 20 at the 19. Raekwon Davis. What a play by him. That's going to go as a loss of 13. Well, no doubt an electrifying finish to have it down inside the 10-yard line. That final shot, though, they couldn't get it in the end zone, and that's all she wrote.
And they had the final shot. The last snap taken that close to the end zone. They don't get it in, so they'll regret that. But flip it over, making a stand in that portion of the field, congratulations to them.
So for Salt Lake City, it's a 10th win of the year now as they move to 10-4. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Columbus, it's loss number 3 for them on the year. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
So that'll do it for us. For Charles Davis and all our crew, I'm Brandon Gaudin. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. With that, we say so long, everybody.